Good morning. Good morning. My name is Sue Creed, and I am one of the co-chairs, along with Ray Wilson, of the annual giving campaign. Last week, Teddy Speck identified 3 positives of being a UU. 1 is that we drink coffee. 2 is that we ask questions. And 3, we take the summers off, which he did post-high school for about 20 years. But not me. I didn't take the summer off post-high school from the FRS. Raised in this church, I was 100% involved in FRS life, which included my social life. With a litany of involvement too lengthy to mention, I waited till about the age of 55 to take the summer off. Not entirely off, but I was considerably less involved than I had been, only joining in choir and a few select activities that did not require me to do too much, make a commitment, or take any responsibility other than show up now and again. Backing off, I thought I'd try going to the Haverhill UU Church, but despite being a 15-minute drive from my house and knowing Reverend Frank Clarkson, it just didn't do it for me. And why? Because there is no place like this place in my heart or my mind. And so the 30-minute drive to Newburyport is what I must do. Laid back, retired, on extended vacation from FRS UU involvement, I sauntered along for about 15 years. That is, until this year. This year, and I put all the blame on Reverend Rebecca, right there, I have jumped back in, all in, and into the deep end of the pool, becoming co-chair with Ray of this year's annual giving campaign. And what is this year's theme? Strengthening sacred connections in our interconnected world. Right? Here I am. Now, in the thick of it all here, I am becoming fully aware of all that I have missed these last 15 years. I have missed deeper connections with people I have known for years. I have missed making a connection with Reverend Helen Regita, in whom, according to her biography, I would have found a kindred spirit. And I have missed working with more extraordinary people in new contexts with all the latest programming we offer here. Whoops. Oh, there we go. This church attracts amazing people. And the generosity of people who have stepped up to be captains and stewards and organizers of events and parties has me shaking my head at their considerable devotion. And the people on the Giving Campaign Advisory Committee, they too are beyond wonderful. Comprised of staff and volunteers, their skills and talents are miles deep and miles wide. And being immersed in the process of this event as co-chair has left me in awe. And so as I go out once again, as I did many times in the past, to be a steward, I just know I am going to experience joy in the renewed connections that await and the new connections I am about to make. And as I make my calls, I know getting to know you all better, strengthening my connections with you, is sacred.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ray.
I'm Ray Wilson, and this is my church. You are my church. This meeting house, which we love so much, is a building. You, all of you, and others not here today are my church. I joined the FRS, signed the book on May 7th, 2000. Outside of my birth family, this is the longest lasting major relationship of my life. Longer than jobs, schools, close friendships, even marriages. I'm seldom in Newburyport during business hours, but if I am and I have a few minutes, I'll walk into this sanctuary. Sit down. Look around at these plain gray walls, white trim, clear glass windows, and then, if there's any tiny speck of dust on my glasses, I'll suddenly see it clearly and clean them. This is a metaphor for what this church means to me. It helps me see life and what I must do more clearly. It nudges the better angels of my nature. When I'm so happy that my feet so hardly touch the ground, I love being with my beloved community, with people who are glad to see me happy, and that gladness brightens their day. When I'm miserable and life feels like ruins and ashes, the love of my friends here restoreth my soul, and that brightens my day, and theirs too. Good leaders know that if you ask of people a lot more than they can give, they just burn out. But if you ask them just a bit more than they think they can give, they'll often come through, surprising themselves as much as anybody else. If any of this strikes a chord with you, please ponder what this church does for you, for your family, for the wider community. Then pledge as generously as you can. And if by chance you have your filled out pledge card in your pocket and you're considering maybe increasing it a little bit, there should be another blank pledge card in the pew, and if not, the ushers will happily give you one.